Hey folks, it's been quite a long time since I last recorded a video. I'm actually going on a little bit of a road trip today, driving down from the Pacific Northwest, Washington and Oregon states, probably heading down I-5. In fact, we'll be heading down I-5 most of the way, so expecting a good long, kind of reasonably steady drive. You can see here 100% charged, 2:30-ish in the afternoon and 252 miles of range. I think I'll set up the camera here to record the trip. I'm going to put the car in Eco Pro mode, I think, for most of the way, and we'll see how we get on. I'll probably record a couple of videos en route, and maybe even a charging experience or two if that works out. Alright, I'll pause this here and then start the time lapse. Bye for now. Just a first quick check-in. So according to the trip data in the car, I have done 15.6 miles, consumed 1.3 kilowatt hours of battery, been on the road for just a shade under 39 minutes and averaging right now about 3.8 miles per kilowatt. So up a little bit from my typical average as reported with the car. Normally it's around 3.2 to 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. It's telling me right now 95% charged, or I've consumed 5% since leaving, and 268 miles of charge remaining. Well, I'm finally on I-5, just south of Seattle, and honestly the traffic is kind of terrible today. It's way worse, frankly, than I thought it was going to be on a Tuesday afternoon. So looking at the stats from the car, the trip data is telling me an hour and a half, or an hour and 26 minutes precisely, since I left. And I've travelled a total of 29 miles, or actually 29.6 miles, which is just shockingly bad. Anyway, it's telling me that I've consumed 3.1 kilowatt hours of battery. I'm showing 89% charge remaining. And it's telling me, in fact it just dropped, it's telling me I'm getting an average of 3.5 miles to a kilowatt hour. Okay. So now, just over 2 hours in, 2 hours and 1 minute in actual fact, and I've done 55.4 miles at an average of 3.9 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's about 20% higher than my normal average. My normal average is like 3.2 to 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. And I've noticed that the charge remaining, or the distance remaining, varies a lot on the dash. So I'll be driving along and get up to speed, and it might be, you know, for example, 262 miles. Well, you'll be driving along and it will drop to 242, and then it came back up again to, say, 265. In fact, it just did it. It's actually just dropped to 243. So I wonder over what distance it averages, or what time it averages, to determine how much charge, or sorry, how much distance is left based on the charge remaining. Anyways, just to recap, 57.1 miles, 5.2 kilowatt hours battery consumed, 2 hours 4 minutes, and an average of 3.9 miles per kilowatt. And according to the dash, 243 miles remaining with an 81% state of charge. So I'll switch it back onto time lapse for a little while, and I'll check in again in maybe about a half hour or so. Bye for now. 30 minutes or so have passed, but let's check in. So total time elapsed so far is 2.5 hours, 2 hours 34 to be exact. Distance traveled 63 miles. That's pretty bad. 63 miles in 2.5 hours. That's really awful. Anyway, the car is telling me that it's consumed 6.2 kilowatt hours for an average of 3.8 miles per kilowatt. So that's holding pretty steady actually. So between 3.8 and 3.9, actually it just dropped to 2.7, but kind of in that like 3.7, 3.8, 3.9 kind of area, which is, like I said, about 20% more than I normally get. I should point out that, oh actually one more data point, the dash is telling me that I've got 79% charge remaining, which equates to a current consumption 232 miles. I say about the car, it's really comfortable. You know, like I said, 2 hours now, 2 hours 40 or 2 hours 38, and seats are totally comfortable. It's quiet. You might hear, well, I'm just coming to a halt, so you probably don't hear anything. Oh, actually, well, there you go, you hear nothing. There's a little bit tire rumble, kind of a remote tire rumble, but not to the point of being irritating or annoying, and no more than any other car. Anyway, I'll sign off now, and probably check in again in maybe about another half hour or so, see how things are looking. Bye for now. So right now I see I'm still averaging 3.8 miles per kilowatt hour. Like I said, 3 hours 12 minutes in, 84.3 miles and exactly 8 kilowatt hours used in the battery. According to the dash, there's 72% battery charge remaining and 213 miles. I'm just over 4 hours, and I've been sitting, the speed limit is 70 miles an hour, and I've been sitting at about the speed limit for a good amount of time. Last time I recorded, it had just gone up to 70, and then there was a section, maybe 5 or 10 miles or something, that was back down at 60, but I've been back up at you know, the 70 mile an hour speed limit now for quite some time. And I can see how the average economy is changing. So, you know, for most of the drive it's been 3.8, 3.9, or thereabouts miles per kilowatt hour, and now I can see the average is dropping. It's now 3.5. Here's the police up here. So it's now 3.5 miles to the kilowatt hour. So I've done a total of 145 miles, 4 hours and 4 minutes. And there is and then there's 49% charge remaining and 134 miles. So that's about right. Like, I remember when I left home this afternoon, there was like it was estimating like 277 miles at 100% charge. And here I am, 49% charge with 134 miles of range remaining. So it's pretty close. It's pretty good. You know, 49 to 50%. You know, 49%. So rounding up a little bit, you know, 50% charge. You know, it'd be close on that almost halfway mark. All right, I'll do another few seconds here of recording around this Kelso kind of area, South Washington. And I'll catch you in the next recording. Bye for now. Okay, I'm about 11 minutes out from my destination, destination, what is that? Destination. So total distance 195 miles, and like I say, I've got about 9 miles or something to go, something like that. So it'll be about a total distance of about 204 miles. 4 hours 50 minutes, 5 hours almost end-to-end drive. That's pretty shocking for a 200-mile drive, to be honest. Averaging 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Like I said, total 195.6 miles. And it currently says on that other counter 9.4 kilowatt hours. I don't know what that is. I'm sitting right now at the local speed limit, which is just around 55 miles an hour. And it says 9.4 kilowatt hours. I don't know exactly what that means. Anyway, so I'm also looking at my state of charge. 31% charge remaining. And a total of 94 miles. If you like this video, please, feel free to, leave comments with any questions. Please like the video, and of course, I would really appreciate it if you were to subscribe to the channel as well.